Hi YouTube, everybody. Doesn't look centered. The fuck? Oh, whatever. So, I usually do like bests when it comes to like top tens or lessons and stuff, but I was looking for worse things today. Um, and I just binged worst movies of all time, top 10. And this is from RiffTrax. And I was trying to find a date on here for their damn article, but I don't see it anywhere. And I already went through this list, and I have to agree with I think all 10 of them. So number 10, Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen, and this one received almost 15,000 votes. It says where to begin. The dog humping scenes alone set dogs humping and humanity back 50 years, but at least they class the movie up by throwing in a pair of robot testicles. Yeah, I didn't like Revenge of the Fallen. I'm sorry. I like the one when they're on the moon. I can't remember, Dark Side or something like that. And number 9, Son of the Mask, and this one had 14,680 votes. And it says, somebody stop me. No, seriously, somebody please stop me. I'm planning to make a sequel to The Mask 11 years after the original without Jim Carrey, but with Jamie Kennedy and a dog. A dancing baby is a cry for help. One of the reasons why I think a lot of seconds or sequels to movies are not as good as the first. I mean, there's a couple, like Godfather 2 is better than Godfather 1, and but like they don't know how to write in. They're either just trying to make an extra dollar because they it hit like a blockbuster. Because even if like one movie makes $50 million, they can go ahead and budget another million and make another crappy movie, and people are gonna go see it just because it's a sequel. Not I. I won't look at something just because it watch something just because it's a sequel. Like sequels I would never want to see would be like The Big Lebowski. I don't want to see them piss all over that movie. That was a classic, you know. So like, there's just some movies that really shouldn't have sequels, and it's okay. It's okay to make a good movie and write a good book. You don't have to follow it up with something. I think people do it out of, I don't know, pathetic, boring. I don't know why somebody would always make a sequel to something. But some of the sequels that I've seen in the past, just like it's like a mockery of the first movie. Like when they did the Dumb and Dumber one. Oh my gosh, why? It was already it was already a classic. So number 8, Jack and Jill, and it's had 15,720 votes. Adam Sandler plays Jack, and Adam Sandler also plays his sister Jill. What could possibly go wrong besides everything? Sandler portrays a very successful, well-adjusted man whose twin sister, himself in a wig, is a horrible, inhumane shrew of voice and can't strip industrial paint. And if Adam Sandler doing a woman-loathing drag isn't enough, this movie also thoroughly humiliates Al Pacino in the process. Well done, J&J. I just watched the Adam Sandler movie last night. It's that Hubie. It was a Halloween movie, and it had a really good message. But listening to Adam Sandler make do the buffoon voice for for 2 hours is a little bit too much for me. And don't get me wrong, I love Adam Sandler, and what he's doing in the movies right now is really out there, like beyond what a lot of people are doing. Because I feel like every single month he's got a new movie that's hitting the top 10 on Netflix. So he can do bad stuff, but that eventually happens, I think. Ooh, and I also watched Buddy Games. You guys watch Buddy Games. Uh, if you love Nick Swartzen, and it's a really good, funny story, and I can't tell you how much I laugh watching that movie, and it takes a lot to make me laugh. So go watch Buddy Games if you haven't seen it yet. Number 7, with 16,138 votes, Battlefield Earth. Seeing John Travolta dance and sing with Olivia Newton-John is, yes, horror beyond human reckoning, but seeing him strapped on a giant Gene Simmons style platform boots, dreadlocks, crotch hugging leather pants, and play some sort of sadistic alien in this, L. Ron Hubbard mess will make you want to rend your eyes out with a shrimp fork. Oh, and every single shot from the film is tilted at a vomiting-inducing angle. Yeah, I didn't like that movie, and I actually didn't make it through it. So, number six, we got Super Mario Brothers with 17,755 votes, and I'm not gonna give. I'm not gonna gripe on Super Mario Brothers, not because I liked it as a kid, but because I mean it's a Nintendo movie. I mean, what are you expecting? It says this adaptation took the bright, colorful world of Mushroom Kingdom and turned it into a post-apocalyptic wasteland coated in fungal goop. Throw in performances with Dennis Hopper and John. I can never say his name. Leguizamo. Is that right? And you had legions of young Nintendo fans saying, "Mommy, I think I want a Sega Genesis now." I don't think so. I don't think Nintendo's going anywhere. And I don't. I don't think long after this movie was done that people are disappointed. People are still watching it and having opinions about it. So I think that's just going to go on because you're expecting one thing when you're in the Nintendo world, and then you go watch the movie. But I mean, anyone that like reads books too, and then they decide to go make a friggin' movie about it. I can't tell you how many times I've been disappointed because they like pull out all the good stuff out of the books just to make entertaining movie more entertaining to people. It's just the way of the the way of the writers, I guess. You have to you have to go through their portrayal and what they say is going to be. I mean, we could rip apart Harry Potter for like an entire month about how like they screwed it all up. But hey, maybe that's another day. Five. Oh my God. With 18,086 votes, we have The Last Airbender. All right. Anyone that watched the cartoon, the anime, like they loved it, and it had so many good characters and like when you go, I'm gonna read what they say because I didn't read what they said about this. Evidently, this movie is full of blasphemy to the canon of the Nickelodeon cartoon show it was based on. As grown men, we cannot comment on the accuracy of the claims, which are usually made in all caps on somebody's Tumblr. We can state on the record that it is very easy to test this movie, even if you've never seen a frame from the TV show. We hope that Jake Lloyd has standing offer to commiserate over a beer with a young star named the fucking kid from The Last Airbender. He turns 21. I don't know. They made a mockery of the entire of the entire show. I absolutely loved the show growing up, and I did not like the last Airbender movie at all. I'm pretty sure when I rented it, I turned it off after like 20 minutes. So maybe I don't have maybe it's all scrutiny, but it doesn't look like it did very well here. Um, we got number four, Spider-Man 3, with 19,152 votes. So we have one of the most famous bankable Marvel superheroes in success with two movies series so far. Time to round out the trilogy and give it a great power comes a great response. To hell with it. Let's make everything as dumb and campy as possible, overstuffed with villains and characters and subplots and doofy little spider dances. This third movie was too long and it still feels that it was written in about a half hour. Yikes. I didn't like Spider-Man 3. Spider-Man was one of my favorite comics growing up because I actually read the comics. So when the first one, The Amazing Spider-Man, the first one came out, I was in complete awe at that one. But I also like Peter Parker, played by the older guy. I can't remember his name. I'm drawing a blank because I just woke up. But I don't like the new Spider-Man, and people can go ahead and get mad at me for that. But even though Stan Lee even says that his portrayal of Spider-Man was more closer to his comic, I think that what is his damn name? I'm trying to blank. Number three, Catwoman. If you put Halle Berry in a leather suit and still wind up with a 3 out of 10 user rating on IMDb, you've done something wrong. You've done something terribly wrong, permanently. Catwoman was so bad. I mean, there's. I really like Poison Ivy. I mean, when it came to the girls that played in the Batman series, so I mean that's always gonna be my heart is gonna be there. So I don't know. Catwoman wasn't all that. She wasn't all that bad, but yeah, I think it's a little stupid how they like. Sometimes with Batman, like DC Comics are so freaking horrible. And even people that think that Batman is a superhero, he's not. He's a vigilante. He's got no superhuman superhuman strengths. He doesn't have any special abilities. He's not a demigod. He's he's at everything. He's just a whiny little orphan that's got fucking parent problems. That's all he was to me. And just like Iron Man, you guys can bash me all you want. He's not a superhero either. And between Bruce Wayne and Iron Man, like their egos have caused more problems in the cities that they're claimed to protect. So I see it as kind of counterproductive. But then again, I freaking hate Batman with a passion. So those of you guys that love Batman out there, I'm sorry. I don't know what you see in him. He's I don't know. Even think about like Batman and Batman versus Superman. He's got a little bit of kryptonite and he puts in a friggin' spear. Like, how stupid are you? Like, obviously, Superman's gonna be able to defend that. Why wouldn't he? Why wouldn't he put that kryptonite into his suit? And like displace it throughout his suit, so he's got like more of a chance to actually like kick Superman's ass. But I mean, again, it's Superman, so what are you gonna do? He's a demigod. I'm pretty sure that Bruce Wayne's parents killed himself because of disappointment. Number 2, Batman and Robin, 27,929 votes. Here's a fun thing to do. 1, watch Batman and Robin. 2, think about the fact that the huge Teutonic idiot is stumbling around in a metal costume making horrible cold puns, elected by governor who's the most populous and wealthy state in America twice. Move over, abandon oil, Derek in the Atlantic Ocean and start your own country. So I like Mr. Freeze. I'm sorry. I mean he wasn't bad at all. But the puns were a little overdone, but I think like Batman and Robin was done more for entertainment value. I mean there's not much to draw into you can't bring more. They can only bring the villains in, and I think with Jim Carrey and Tommy Lee Jones, they probably had the best villains in the Batman series to this day. So, Batman Forever is probably still going to be my favorite Batman if I had to pick. But then again, you guys know how I feel about Batman. They could just write him out of DC, and the whole entire DC would come down crashing. And number 1, with almost 40,000 votes, the entire Twilight saga is on here. And it's funny because I hate Twilight. I hated the books. I tried getting into them, but it was the worst love story of all time. And they made a mockery out of vampires. And I can't remember who freaking plays the chick. Is it like Kristen Stewart or something? She always looks like she's got a fart. Like she couldn't fake. She couldn't be an actor if she tried. She always looked like she's like constantly worried or like I don't know. There's something about her acting that I just couldn't even stand. So like, and I see her in every movie like that. Same with Jennifer Garner. I cannot stand those two. And yeah, there's my bash for the day. Those are my 10. Maybe I'm gonna come up with my own list. This is a really good list, but I know I can upgrade this one here. Where's my pen? I'm gonna write this down because I will do worst movies, my own. Sometimes I'm sick of my own opinions, so I go on the computer and I like to find out what other people think because I like to. I'm obsessed with comments, so I really like people when they have their own ideas and stuff. They just don't go with like where the same direction that everyone else is going. So sometimes like you get a lot of gripe for standing up for what you think, but hey, there's still going to be people tomorrow that are just utterly fascinated with Batman. That's never gonna change. I even have a Batman glow in the dark ring that I wear all the time, but doesn't mean they don't have any cool merchandise. That's true, they do, but yeah, that's off of RiffTrax, and I like their articles because they usually come out with some pretty good ones, and they do the formal votes too, so it makes it a little bit more legit than just being like, hey, this movie sucked for this reason, this movie sucked for this reason. These are people that voted on these, so it's more of a what, kitty? I didn't even know you were in here. It's more of a community effort together coming up with these. So these are supposed to be the worst ones of all time, but I bet you we could just take any single year, and I could do a top 10. So because there's good movies that come out every year, and there's bad movies that come out every year. So something to keep in mind. But definitely go watch Buddy Games if you haven't seen it. Nick Swartzen, you did a really good job in that one. I was laughing so hard, and some of the some of the things that happen in that movie. I mean, it's kind of raunchy, but not super raunchy. I mean, I think I want to say it wasn't even an R-rated movie, so you should be able to see it even if you don't like to watch R-rated movies. But yeah, I think I'm gonna jump online for a little bit, and then I have some care packages to send out today, so I have to like pack some stuff up and ship it out because I won't have any time next week. I got that funeral to go to and wake or whatever. So you guys have a good one, and take care.